There is a plethora of stories surrounding legendary creatures, cryptids, and strange monsters from various parts of the world. In this series, I aim to explore the unique creatures of different countries. Welcome to the first episode, which focuses on the unusual creatures of Sweden. Many of these creatures are also prevalent in other Scandinavian countries, so consider this episode a Scandinavian special. But before we delve further into the topic, let me take a moment to acknowledge today's sponsor, HelloFresh. HelloFresh offers a convenient meal kit delivery service that includes fresh ingredients and cooking instructions delivered right to your door. With a busy schedule, deciding what to cook, shopping for ingredients, and preparing meals can be challenging. HelloFresh simplifies the process by providing delicious recipes that can be prepared in just 30 minutes. They offer a variety of options, including low-carb, low-fat, and vegetarian meals. The meal kits are packaged using recyclable materials, promoting sustainability. I have personally tried HelloFresh and have been delighted with the quality of the ingredients and the time it has saved me. Some of my favorite meals so far have been teriyaki chicken and rice, honey roasted duck with mashed potatoes, and spicy creamy Cajun pasta. Even if you're not an expert chef, HelloFresh makes it easy to create fantastic dishes. Visit HelloFresh.com and use the code Mythology14 to receive 14 free meals and free shipping. Give it a try and let me know which meals you enjoyed the most. Now, let's begin exploring the creatures of Sweden, starting with the Draga. These are animated corpses or revenants found in burial mounds, guarding treasures. Disturbing their resting place or attempting to steal valuables may awaken these angry Draga. In Swedish, they are referred to as drog, meaning a pale and dim-witted individual who drags themselves along. They are often likened to zombies due to their description as corporeal ghosts and vampires. The smell of decay is said to accompany their presence, and their appearance is grotesque and necrotic, sometimes with gaunt figures and exposed bones. In the late 19th century, they were even considered a type of vampire because their attacks could transform victims into Draga. Another creature on our list is the skogsrate, known as the holder in other parts of Scandinavia. This forest nymph is often called the mistress of the forest and is known for her seductive yet deadly nature. In the form of a petite, beautiful woman with a friendly demeanor, she appears normal from the front. However, from behind, she possesses a large hollow chasm in her back and a tail. Those who encounter the skogsrate are forever changed. Many disappear without a trace, while those who return are said to become introverted or reclusive. Those who engage in relationships with the skogsrate are said to surrender their souls to her. Moving on, we come across the myling, reanimated corpses, or spirits of deceased children. They are doomed to wander the earth until their dying wish is fulfilled, typically a proper burial. These spirits can range from young children to newborns or even unborn children, making this legend particularly disturbing. Mylings are said to arise when a mother kills an unwanted child and conceals her crime. At night, they can be heard singing a horrifying song, revealing their mother's deed. Since these children were often not baptized or given a proper burial, the church deemed them unable to rest. The way to appease the Mylings is by giving them a name, finding their remains, and burying them in consecrated ground. The Myling, feared and considered vengeful spirits due to the violent nature of their deaths, held a compelling power over those they selected. If chosen by a Myling to assist in locating their deceased body and providing a proper burial, one had no real choice but to comply, as failure to do so would result in one's own demise. Meanwhile, the Naken, water spirits renowned for their ability to entice children and women to lakes and rivers, wielded their enchanting violin melodies as alluring traps. Often appearing as a man playing the violin, the Naken were believed to possess no true shape or form. Their shape-shifting capabilities allowed them to transform into floating treasure boxes, captivating women, or even animals. The image of a horse resonated strongly, leading to their alternative names, brook horse or river horse. In Sweden, the Naken spirit predominantly assumed the form of a naked man playing a musical instrument. However, not all Naken were inherently malevolent, as there were accounts of their temporary integration into society on land before ultimately returning to their aquatic abodes. Tales of the Naken also spoke of their inclination to impart their musical prowess onto others, teaching them to play the violin or fiddle. However, the haunting melodies possessed by some Naken had a maddening effect on those exposed to them. The malevolent Naken specifically targeted unbaptized children, pregnant women, and young men, subjecting them to their captivating songs that would eventually lead to their watery demise. The enchanting melody played by the Naken had a bewitching quality that could make one lose their bearings, unwittingly walking towards the music until finding themselves immersed in the water, on the precipice of drowning. Comparable to other mythical creatures like the Grindylow or the Kelpie, these tales likely served as cautionary narratives to deter children from venturing near perilous lakes and rivers. The mare, known by various names throughout Europe, emerged as a malevolent entity that plagued individuals during their slumber. This spirit would ride atop their chests, inducing nightmares and sleep paralysis, an ominous sleep paralysis monster. Under cover of darkness, the Mara would mount horses, leaving their bewildered owners exhausted and drenched in sweat come morning. Once the horses grew weary, the Mara would utilize their flowing locks to ensnare slumbering men, infiltrating their dreams and turning them into nightmarish realms. The mare possessed the ability to assume the form of any desired animal, further complicating efforts to identify and guard against this malevolent force.